Stocks are pointing slightly higher as voters head to the polls this morning. Paul Vigna has a preview of today's market action. Paul?
Riveting action in the market. Almost as exciting as in the presidential
election. Which is to say nothing's happening?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
Okay.
And it's going to be pretty quiet. Dow futures actually up about 30 now. 29, they were 40. So they're slightly higher, bouncing around a little bit. Again, I think it's going to be a lot like yesterday. When all is said and done for the market, you're not going to see a big move at 4 p.m. You might see some bouncing around during the day, which is what we kind of saw yesterday. But nothing definitive on, in any sense. When you hit the closing bell, probably a little changed.
I'd be curious, is this, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Is that, I guess this is typical of election days?
We are going to have some posts on Market Beat later that will talk about election days.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm not going to give away the thunder there.
Check out the Market Beat blog.
We're working on some stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, look, this is an unusual election in the sense that what faces this candidate, whoever wins after they win, you haven't really seen this before in terms of the fiscal cliff, in terms of the economic issues. So you can look at historical trends. They're probably not going to tell you much about what's going to happen going forward the next month, the next couple of months.
Talk about some sectors that we need to keep in mind here. Healthcare, financials, defense are particularly important.
That's what's going to be interesting. A lot of sectors actually have big stakes in the outcome. Healthcare is the biggest one, obviously, because of Obamacare, because of the health care bill that's put in. Mitt Romney says he's going to overturn it. Whether he can do that or not
would be
is
very
an
difficult.
issue.
Especially if our last guest is correct and the Democrats hold the Senate,
right,
or maybe even add slightly to their lead.
Can he whittle away at parts of it, which is what he might try to do with Dodd-Frank too? Possibly. So the healthcare industry has a big concern in who wins this one. Mm-hmm. If Obama wins, a lot of and keep in mind, a lot of Obamacare hasn't even come online yet. I mean, the law was passed, but the bits of it haven't even come online. So that's going to be interesting. Insurance companies obviously have a big outcome in this one. Healthcare.
Why?
Well, because
healthcare insurance. You mean other insurance companies? Healthcare.
No, I mean
healthcare.
Health insurance companies have a big stake in this
one
because Obamacare kind of puts their business model into law, and if Romney wins, that all gets overturned. Financials and defense, obviously.
Financials with Dodd-Frank. There's been some new regulation. Right. Whether some of that gets rolled back or not.
Yeah. Again, it's the kind of thing. No one really thinks that a President Romney could just overturn Dodd-Frank.
Yeah.
But he could whittle away lots of parts of it, which has kind of been the Republican plan anyhow. So financial companies have a big vested interest in who wins, and defense is obvious. President Obama probably wants to start whittling away defense spending, but look, no one's talking about slashing it to we spent a lot of money on defense, and we will continue. Romney said, I think he said about 4% of GDP he wanted to spend on defense. So, if Romney wins, maybe that's a little boon for defense.
Okay. And last,
keep an eye on Europe.
Keep an eye on Europe.
Yeah,
Why?
Keep an eye on Europe. Greece has a big contentious austerity vote in their parliament tomorrow, and there are week-long protests over it, riots. If it fails, Greece is thrown into chaos again.